The outcry by the business community and technocrats to have West Nile region connected to the national grid is reaching epic proportions. This comes in the light of Wenreco's ongoing power rationing in the region as a result of lack of fuel for the Electromax generators.
As for now, as you can see, I'm busy here of saving. I think it's the issue of Wenreco. According to the issue of Wenreco, it has been disturbing on off and off. Even I had today morning, they were saying that from today up to 20th of this month, it will be disturbing. It's very hard. We use a generator. At times we could use even more than 60,000 for fuel for the generator. We are really having the issue of the generator.
An upcoming diesel known as diesel chamber. So, actually, we face it during this new process of upbringing connecting this Karuma. Most of it affects my business. Power just goes on. Sometimes you stay the whole day when I was working.
But Kakande Sadat, a metal fabricator, believes power supply has improved.
According to last year's, it's like that. Nowadays it's somehow good. Because it used to be stable like last time. It was just on and off every time. But nowadays, I think we are going ahead. Yeah.
Isaac Mukwaya Newton is the public relations officer for West Nile Rural Electrification Company.
But the main reason why we are rationing or why we are load shedding is basically because of capacity issues at the moment. Because our daily peak demand or daily energy consumption demand has increased beyond the 3.5 megawatts of electricity that is installed at Nyaga. And this calls us to purchase electricity from UETCL that is currently generated by Electromax in Arua. Our peak demand now is about 5.2 megawatts, and currently as we speak, Nyagap is able to output about 3.4 or 3.3, depending on the swings of the consumption on the network. Now, in a situation where Electromax is constrained that they do not have diesel to run their generators and supply power to UETCL, and then UETCL hands it over to us, we are basically constrained. We can't deliver the extra energy that is required by the consumer at the end or at every different location where they are. So currently you find that our peak demand or our peak energy that we require Electromax through UETCL to hand over to us is about 1.8 megawatt or 2 megawatt. And if they do not have diesel to run their generators, basically they cannot hand over this electricity to us, and so in return we can't deliver it to the consumer, but we resort to shed off some consumption zones to be able to move with the current energy installed at Nyaga that is available.
Isaac urges technocrats and other stakeholders in West Nile to lobby for the connection to the national grid.
Basically what could be done, energy is a mix of stakeholders. We have Wenreco, we have Electromax, we have UETCL, we have Government of Uganda, and we have Ministry of Energy. But the challenge and the onus goes back to Government of Uganda. And the only way it can go to the Government of Uganda is through our local leaders, our LC5 district chairpersons across the region, our MPs that we have voted across the different constituencies in the region, right from Yombe to Pakwach. So these stakeholders need to speak the same voice and lobby through Ministry of Energy, through the regulator, and through Rural Electrification agency alongside the UETCL to make sure that they fast track the construction of the main grid that will finally interconnect our grid to the main national grid.
Efforts to reach Electromax by press time proved futile. Honorable Atima Ali Jackson, the MP Arua Central Division, is optimistic that soon the spell of darkness in the region will cease.
So realized that the rural electrification had stalled. Very many institutions like schools, trading centers, health center 2s, 3s, 4s, and the market and trading centers and churches are not connected. Yet the program of rural electrification is supposed to cater for this. All the institutions in every sub-county, every constituency has to be connected with that program. So members brought this concern, and we discovered this has not been done. So among other things, these were the things that were discovered. So this now prompted us to resolve that the Minister of Energy, with all these agencies and the PS and the technical officers, the engineers of the ministry, have to move on ground. So next week has been scheduled. Next week, Friday, the Minister for Energy with his team will be in West Nile to ascertain what is actually happening with the leaders from the region. So we are in the preparation of that, and we have informed the leaders of the region to join the ministry in inspecting the progress of this connectivity. What we want to ensure is what is remaining to be done. What are the challenges the ministry is facing? What can we do as community, as the people of West Nile? What can government do so that this issue of national grid connectivity is put to rest? So we are very optimistic and hopeful that this issue will be put to rest once and for all. So next week we are set to receive the ministry with all the agencies to resolve all these challenges that are facing West Nile region, because we feel this is one issue that once addressed, the region will kick off, because
West Nile needs to diversify its local economy, as dependence on something as volatile as oil and cross-border trade is no guarantee for economic security. But lack of reliable power supply seems to eclipse demand projections. And it is a hope among the people of West Nile that the NRM government will fulfill its mandate in connecting the region to the national grid. For West Nile Television, I am Mahajub Moosmill.